I'm on a pretty long drive right now, and I always like to be productive, while I'm doing anything. So I'm gonna throw on the camera and film this video for you guys, talk about, the last few months of my life, going from making about $3K a month while I was in school my freshman year of college to over $30K a month in the summer. Just what changed, just yap a little bit and talk about AI, talk about the future, talk about everything that's going on in the world and where I see things kind of going from here. So essentially, during freshman year last year, I posted a YouTube video basically saying that I was gonna make some shit happen. I didn't know what it was gonna be. I was running my agency, I was trading futures, and trading went okay for me. Like, I got a few payouts, but it was nothing crazy. And I kind of switched over to doing the AI stuff kind of full time. So I just want to come on here, talk to you guys about my experience, talk to you guys about sales, and just how, I kind of turned everything around. And a big thing I want to touch on too, because I know there's so many people out there going through this, so many guys my age, just the isolation, right? Freshman year, I didn't have this car. I didn't have anything to show for my work. I became this person, right? I became a person that should have been making at least 10, 20K a month, but I was making nothing. And that's the biggest struggle, right? It's like, you should be at a point, you probably have the habits and you probably have like the discipline to be making 20, 30K a month, but maybe you're making like 2 to 3K a month. And if this video can help you guys, bridge that gap, that would be amazing. Essentially, my view on everything, the reason why I switched from, doing trading to mainly focusing on AI, I touched on it in my first video. Like, I had started to see some real success. I think I had signed like a 12K client. I was talking about in my last video a few months ago, and what really opened up my eyes too was this summer I was going to do door-to-door sales. I had a little bit of experience with it in the past, and then I was just really going to go out there and hit it hard this summer and then be selling the AI as well. So my plan was to, sell the AI stuff in the morning, do my outreach, meet with my clients, etc. And then go out basically in the evening, like 3 to 4 p.m. I would go out, stay out till 8 or 9, just selling pest control, right? So that was my plan. And, I have zero regrets about doing door-to-door. It taught me a lot. And the first few weeks of the summer, it was great. I started out in Austin, Texas, and I was still running my agency, but I just wanted, I guess, like, if I don't have a lot of shit that I'm doing, and you guys might relate to this too, then you start to get like unproductive. It's like, if I only have one thing that I'm focusing on, it's just like crippling to me. I don't know why. Like, I need to have a bunch of stuff going on at once. So I had to have that deadline of like, if I don't finish all my work by 4, then I'm fucked, right? So that's what was appealing about door-to-door. And it was just like, what you put in, you get out, and the sales experience, right? I learned how to sell fucking anything to anybody, bro. I mean, literally, I probably, really hit the door-to-door hard for like 4 weeks, and definitely made like a good few grand. There was nights where I would make $750 in a night, right? And obviously in door-to-door, if you know the game, there's kind of like front end, back end, all that stuff. So I do have money coming in the back end from that, but door-to-door made me realize that I didn't have the right mindset with my agency, and that's what fucked me up. It's like, I knew in my heart, if I cold called for 8 hours, I'd probably get a fucking client, right? But doing that every day, like, if I had that door-to-door mindset, I was like, in my agency, I'd be so much more successful, right? I mean, these people in door-to-door are fucking crazy, bro. Like, they'll knock doors all day, every day, and they might not even get a single sale. So if you apply that shit to agency, when you're selling high ticket, something that's so in demand like AI, bro, I guarantee you, bro, if you sell the AI shit like you're a door-to-door salesman, bro, you could even fucking go door-to-door for the AI, right? But if you sell AI with that sales mindset of like, next call, fuck it, hammer the phones for 4 hours, you know what I'm saying? You will make sales, bro. And then when you make those sales, right, you're selling high ticket for voice agents, you're selling high ticket for these big packages, right? You got to be throwing in training, consulting, all of that shit. And then, so you're charging 3-4K, bro, get that money and then invest it into ads. And that's how you grow, right? And then, you know, I started running webinars like for business owners and such. I got like some big clients over the summer, you know, like an 8K client, 12K, and that, you know, this summer really changed everything for me. And I think it was also a big thing too. So I started in Austin, Texas, doing the door-to-door. Then I switched over to SoCal, under the same company and such, still running the AI shit. Again, I did have experience with door-to-door too. I did it like a little bit throughout the year, and a little bit last summer. I was just, you know, like basically like just getting started with it, but this was like supposed to be the summer I went all in. But then, you know, when I realized that this sales mindset can be adapted and put into my agency, that's when things started to take off for me. And that's when I started really getting clients. And then, you know, in July, I was able to push and hit my first 30K month. And, you know, like my biggest motivation, I'm not gonna lie, was this car. If anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge BMW guy, right? I love M's, and, you know, getting an M4 was like my shit, bro. Like everyone knows, I talked about it so much, bro, so much. And that was like the thing that honestly pushed me through the summer too, when I had basically no one around me. I was with like these like Mormon people. I mean, Mormons are chill and shit, but I was like doing door to door, and like I just had nothing in common with them, you know. But I fucking stuck it out, and the mindset that I built, bro, this is what I want to say too. All the shit that you do is for your fucking mindset, bro. Forget money, forget hoes. Like the main thing, your main priority should be to build an unbreakable mindset. And that's what door-to-door fucking did for me, bro. And then I was able to move that mindset into my agency, and then shit really just started to, you know, take off. And it's like, it's amazing. I mean, what I'm trying to say here is, you know, I was watching the David Goggins and Huberman podcast the other day. I totally recommend it if you guys haven't watched it. And what David was saying, you know, Huberman brought up this question about fucking like relationships, and he was like, you know, David, like, how do you kind of set the boundaries? Like, what are the non-negotiables? And, you know, David Goggins was like, I don't give a fuck about my money, I don't give a fuck about my fame, but I give a fuck about my willpower, because if I don't have that, then I'm no longer David Goggins, right? And it's so true, bro. I like, you know, at the end of the day, I was lifting in the gym the other day at my school, right? And I spent so much time there freshman year, and I was obviously a different person, you know? Not only like mentally, but even physically, I looked a lot different, bro. Like I gained a lot of muscle since then. I grew out my beard. Like I just feel like a different person, you know? Made so much more money. Now I drive the car that I was always talking about. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, at the end of the day, no matter how much money you have, I can't take the fucking keys to my M4 to bed with me, right? I can't take the, like, I mean, when I get my Lambo, like, I'm not gonna have that shit. It's not a part of me, right? At the end of the day, when I go to bed, it's just Eddie Gill. It's just me, my thoughts, and it's did I get better today, right? So the one thing that I suggest you build if you really want to make money, because you know what to do internally, believe it or not, you know how to make money. Humans are smart as fuck. I mean, can you believe we invented a fucking cell phone? I'm looking out right now at these hills, like there's nothing. Like we literally made like Wi-Fi from this shit. And you think that you can't get a few clients for your fucking agency, bro? And you're smart. Like, you know it too. So you know what to do. Humans have done crazy ass shit. We invented fucking Wi-Fi, Bluetooth out of rocks and trees. And you think that you can't get a few clients for the most in-demand business model of 2025, selling AI receptionists? Come on, bro. You're more capable than you think you are. And it's like, once I started making money too, it's like, it's crazy. This is crazy too. What I will tell you guys is none of this shit happens by accident, right? I fucking isolated myself all of freshman year. I had no friends, no bitches, right? I mean, I had my girl, so I was pretty locked in. But like, I'm telling you guys, like, I had the worst college experience that you can fucking think of, you know? And genuinely, like, people will be like, oh, business, you know, must be booming for you, right? I post like fucking, 25, 30K months, you know, I post like my Stripe payouts and shit with my whip. And it's so, you know, one thing that fucking pisses me off, bro, is average people. This is why I hate social media too. Average ass motherfuckers will be thinking that this shit was easy. Like that I had sacrificed every fucking thing, bro. I sacrificed the sport that I love. Football went out the fucking window, bro. No college football for me because I gotta make money, right? I sacrificed, you know, social, like, all my friends from high school, love them to death, bro, but they probably fucking hate me because I isolated myself to figure out this online money shit. And it's like, now that you figured out, people fucking hate on you in the DMs and shit, and then they see you in person, bro. I had this kid, not gonna say his name, right, but he saw one of my Instagram ads. I don't know if it was for my agency or what, right? It was probably like one of the agency ads. He DM'd it, and he was like, oh, like trolling me and shit, like. And then he sees me in person at the gym the other day, and he's like, man, I wish I could do what you do, bro. Like, literally, you can't make this shit up. I was like, bro, weren't you just hating on me? Like, literally, whatever. But I'm like, yo, nah, bro, you got it. Like, I'm sure you can, dude. It all just, you know, whatever. Like, I obviously nice, because at the end of the day, bro, when you're trying to make some shit happen, when you post on fucking YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, right? You know, yeah, I had people trolling me when I post on TikTok. Guess what? Now there's 5, probably 10 fake TikTok accounts of me. People, I got so much, like, I got so many followers on that damn app. I mean, not really. I got like 10K followers, but it's something, bro. People are literally making fake accounts of me now, so they're looking it up. They're like, oh shit, is this Eddie? Is this Eddie? No, that's a fucking fake account of me because I blocked your ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you start to make shit happen, bro, people will switch up on you so fast. But if I never made anything happen this summer, if I stayed at, you know, making no money, nobody would give a fuck, right? And the other thing I want to tell you is, you have to become the person that makes 30K a month when you make nothing. And that's what I was trying to touch on earlier. Like, I was isolated. I was doing my own shit. I had every habit. Dude, I've tracked my habits on Notion for like 3 years, bro. And, you know, I've had every fucking habit down to a T that should be making me money, but I wasn't making any money. But the thing is, bro, it's just a matter of fucking time. And you have to become the person that should be making 30K a month before you start making 30K a month, right? You have to have those habits. You have to have that discipline. The one thing that no one can take away from you is your fucking willpower, bro. That's why as soon as football was over, I went to the MMA gym every fucking day. Every day. I go get my ass beat, bro. I remember it so well. I would fucking drive. It was like 20 minutes. Football season was over, senior year. I stopped hanging out with everyone. I was fully focused on making money online. I was dialed into trading. I would listen to ICT on my way to MMA. I'd go get my ass beat, jiu-jitsu and sparring, fucking Muay Thai or whatever, MMA. Get my ass beat by some 40-year-olds. And then come back home, fucking watch ICT on the way home as well. And I was just grinding but that fucking time when I would just get my ass beat at jiu-jitsu every day, bro. I get fucked up. I never grappled before in my life, right? That shit built fucking character, bro. That shit made me into the man that I am today. Like, I could get my ass kicked 1,000 times, bro, and I'd still be delusional to think that I'm the fucking best. And that's just how you gotta be, bro. It doesn't matter if people are making more money than you. It doesn't matter if people could beat the shit out of you. You gotta have the delusion that you're still better than them, bro. And it's okay, bro. You can think that you're better than everyone else because that's what it fucking takes to isolate yourself. If you're not narcissistic, bro, if you don't think that you're the fucking best, someone else thinks they're the best, bro. You know, you gotta be a shit ton of, you could be a shit ton of things, bro. You could be fucking angry, jealous, sad, motivated, whatever. Why don't you be fucking confident, bro? Because, like, you gotta be something. So it's like, why not be fucking confident? And confidence comes from being overly prepared. And I made sure that everything I did made me prepared for any single situation. I made a shit ton of money, so now, you know, I can pay for whatever, right? It's like, I went to MMA, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing for years, so it's like 99% of people I can fight, right? It's like, probably, you know, I'll probably be fine. I'm gonna pass this dude. But, like, you get what I'm saying, bro? You have to make sure. See, that's just like 100 like that, goddamn. 100 like that in the end, baby. But deadass, bro, there's so many things that you can be in this life. One of them that you have to be is fucking confident. You know, if you don't have that, and I remember, bro, like I didn't have the confidence before. Like I remember football, I'd be so in my head because when you put so much work into something, you don't want to fuck it up, right? And that was the thing that got me about sports is like, there's only, football season, there's only 10 games, bro. And that's what made me nervous as fuck. I wish someone would have just pulled me to the side and been like, yo, Eddie, nerves are just your body preparing for what's about to happen. Everyone's fucking nervous, bro. I used to look around and think that all these fucking people are better than me, bro, but they're not. Everybody is human too. Everybody's nervous as fuck. Everybody doesn't know if it's gonna work out, right? It's like, even me, having 30K months, I still fucking stress all the time about money. And I bet people who make 100K a month still stress about money. So it's gonna be there, bro. The stress is gonna be there. The nerves are gonna be there. But every single other motherfucker that you see is going through that too. And if they tell you that they're not, they're just hiding it, bro. The only thing that's different between them and you is maybe they fucking hide it better. Because everyone goes through some shit, bro. I'm stressed out 24/7. I'm worried that shit's not gonna work out 24/7. I go through it, bro. But the thing is, I know that at the end of the day, I put in the fucking work, and I know that I'm overly prepared for any situation, and that's where true confidence comes from, bro. I used to think like I couldn't figure out the game before. I would always be comparing, other people's confidence to mine. I'd be like, they're more confident than me. Why are they more confident than me? And it's because confidence is very situational, right? So the only way to be 100% confident is to understand every single situation. Like, I was confident as fuck at like football practice, for instance, right? Because it's all my boys. It's like that was my space. You take me and you put me in an MMA gym and I've never trained before, and then I'm like all of a sudden a bitch, right? And it's like that's just how life is sometimes. It's like you can be the most confident man in the world, taken out of your situation. You might be the least confident man in the world, taken out of your environment, right? And the key to being confident in every situation is putting yourself in every situation. That's why like Tristan Tate would say, in order to like have a crazy personal brand, you got to go do shit. You got to go put yourself in situations to where your life advice is actually valuable. Because if you haven't been in a bunch of situations, if you haven't lived life, if you haven't been through the struggle, how are you gonna be confident? You haven't been through it. You don't know yourself. And that's the biggest thing I can say that I got from, I guess isolating myself and trying to figure this shit out is I fucking know myself, bro. Like, I know that I don't break. I know I've been through the shit, right? Like, I've been through like the struggle with sports and coaches and, like feeling like, oh man, like this dude has fucking more power over me. Like, it sucks, right? I've been through that struggle. I've been through the struggle in MMA, getting my ass beat every day in sparring, get my ass beat at jiu-jitsu. And, when you go out there and you get your ass beat and you go out there and compete with, you're not like, bro, for instance, I was born in Ireland, right? My parents don't know shit about football. Nothing. My brother was a kicker. He didn't play any like actual position. We played like fucking soccer, right? That's what people from Ireland do. And I was like delusional enough to look at myself and be like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna go play quarterback, right? Like, I was like, fuck it, right? And when you have like the willingness to just put yourself in that situation and look at shit from a perspective like, either this works out or I'm gonna learn a shit ton about myself, right? It's like either way, it's good, right? So you have to put yourself in those situations of like, either this shit works out or it doesn't. And if it doesn't work out, guess what? I'm gonna come out the other side a better fucking person. And that's crucial, bro. I mean, if you wanna live the life that you wanna live, you wanna have nice shit, you gotta be able to try shit and fail, bro. Like, I failed so many times, bro. I would say that I failed at football. I mean, I played quarterback. I was like, whatever, but like, I didn't live up to, the expectations I had for myself. I didn't live up to the expectations my coaches had for me. But guess what? It fucking developed me as a person. And now when I get on sales calls in business, when I fucking, when I can work without expecting results anymore because I did it for 4 years. I worked and I didn't get the result I wanted. And guess what? Most people would have been like, fuck, I'm done. This shit's hard. Self-improvement's hard. No, bro. It just made me more excited to work. Like, I can work for years without getting any results because I'm not attached to the results. I'm attached to the self-growth that I go through. It's like, sure, I didn't make shit happen with football, but guess what? That same mindset that I built, the callous mind that I built from going through that shit, the connection with God that I built from going through that, I'm going to take that into my business, and guess what? I'm going to be the most successful person at my business model. And that's just what it takes. It takes going through some shit, it takes going through some different life experiences to come out the other end. And maybe, you know, football not working out was God telling me, hey, don't waste 4 years playing college football. You can go run it up a business and have your dream car at 19. Don't waste 4 years making that your whole identity, because when you graduate, guess what? You're not going to the NFL, so you're going to have to get a fucking job that you hate. How about you take these 4 years and build up the life that you always wanted to live? I mean, I don't know about you, bro, but I always had something in me that told me that I was going to be different, told me I was going to do something different, and going out and proving that to yourself is the best feeling in the world. Because if you have that ambition, and you know what I'm talking about, if you have this shit, you have that fire inside of you where you can't sit and watch fucking sports. You can't sit and watch other men live out their dream because you have a dream, right? You have something that you want to do. If you have that ambition inside of you and you don't take action on it, it will create the most anxiety that a human has ever experienced. Okay? I see it, bro. Like, I see people who have potential and they know that they have potential and they choose to waste it. They choose to embrace the life of short-term rewards and short-term dopamine, and they choose to say, make fun of other people for trying to live out their dream, whatever, and they hate themselves for it. You know, where do you think hate comes from? It comes from below, bro. Fucking radar's going off. It comes from people who aren't living out the dream that they should be living, you know? And it doesn't even matter if you make it a reality, bro. All that matters is that you learn about yourself through the process. It's not about dying and being like, hell yeah, I made 100K a month. It's about dying and being like, I put myself through every situation that I didn't want to put myself through, and I fucking came out the other side a better man. You know, you don't want to die and be like, man, I didn't do shit, right? Now, obviously, it's gonna be beautiful if you do shit. You're gonna come out the other side with generational wealth. For every single descendant that comes from you, they're gonna be set up, right? I want my fucking kids to be set up, my kids' kids to be set up, my kids' kids, right? My fucking great grandkids, whatever. I want them to be like, this was a guy in the bloodline who took action, bro, and made shit happen. And you know, if you don't want to do that, like, I guess, I mean, I don't care, right? Like, I guess that's all right, but to be honest, I've lost a lot of respect for normal fucking people. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone else, but what I am saying, and I'm not saying, you know, that just because you try to make money online and shit that you're better than everyone else, because obviously it's not true, bro. You gotta love everybody. But what I am saying is, though, the people who don't do shit with themselves and just try to drag others down to make themselves feel better, bro, fuck them, bro. Fuck them. Because they don't do shit with their lives. And they have the audacity to drag other people down. And that's the thing about social media, bro. It's free to hate. And that's what motherfuckers love to do. They love to type on their little phone and hate, bro. When they couldn't live a fucking day in my shoes. They couldn't live a day taking fucking 12 sales calls, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., taking 8 sales calls, and then knocking doors for 4 hours. You know? But when you build that unbreakable mindset, I promise you can do fucking anything. Your goal should not be money, bro. Your goal should not be comfort. My goal is to make myself the most unbreakable motherfucker on the planet. And that only comes from doing hard ass shit. Okay? Fucking cold calling, knocking on doors. Fuck the money, bro. It's not about the money. It's about the person that you have to become to make the money, right? And that's what I hate about small-minded people. They're like, oh, you're always talking about money. You're always talking about, you know, the gym. Bro, because I talk about measurements of success. It's not about money to, like, flex on people. It's not about money to buy stupid shit. It's not about money to, like, flex for the hose, right? Money is just a reflection of the person that I became. You know, it's just another area of the game. And if you're not making money right now as a man, don't stress out, bro. Because there's plenty of guys who are better men than me who make a lot less money than me, right? There's plenty of guys who are worse men than me who make a lot more money than me. It's just one area of male life. And if a bitch only cares about your bread, obviously, you know, if I was a girl, I'd care about money too. But if she sees that you're working and she sees that you're trying to conquer other areas too in life, and she doesn't respect your grind, bro, fuck that hoe. You don't want her anyways, bro. I promise you. So if you're worried about like, oh, girls aren't gonna like me because I don't have bread, you know, maybe you could focus on a different area of life. Maybe you go get your black belt in jiu-jitsu first and then you go make bread. You know, maybe you go bench 315 and then you go make bread, bro. There's so many other things that you can do in male life, and that's the beauty of it. But if you wake up every day with a constant urge to improve yourself, I promise you the money will come. And when it does come, and once you figure out the game, and there's no secret sauce, bro. The secret sauce is fucking consistency and having that sales mindset, right? Well, if you just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do 4 hours of cold calling. Fuck it, you won't break me, bro. Like, I'm just gonna keep calling. I don't give a fuck. If you want a bad bitch, bro, go talk to 100 bad bitches, bro. You'll probably get one, right? It's like, what I realized in life is that what you want is a numbers game, bro. It's a fucking numbers game. If you want clients for your AI agency, go cold call, bro. Cold call 100 businesses, you'll fucking get one. If you want to make money in door-to-door sales, knock 150 doors a day, you'll get 2 sales, bro. That could be $500 a day. Could be more. It just depends on how bad you want it. It's out there for the taking, bro. It's never been a harder time to make money if you go the traditional path. Get a job, whatever, you're gonna be broke as fuck. It's a lie, okay? I watched my 2 older brothers go through the whole system, do everything right, college, master's degree, job, guess what? They're laid off. They can't get a job, okay? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a lie that's been fed to you by society. So if you think that you're gonna be a fucking normal ass dude, oh, I got my engineering degree, my wife's not gonna have to work. Yes, she is, pussy. She's gonna have to work. If you don't do some different shit in this life, you're fucked. I promise you that. There's hedge funds and private equity and all this bullshit. Hedge funds are buying up every single family home in America. And you think you're gonna be able to afford one with your regular ass job? No. Fuck no. You're not gonna be able to afford that shit. I promise you, if you think there's safety in the regular path, you're retarded. Okay? So there's no safety in that path. If you want to make some shit happen, you got to be on some different shit. You got to be on the next trend. And I'm telling you, the next trend is AI. If you want to make make money online, AI is the future. It doesn't even matter. If you want to get a normal ass job, AI is the future, right? If you want to be a consultant, guess what's going to help? Fucking learning AI. What is every business and firm in the country trying to do right now? Optimize with AI. And you're still there trying to do fucking drop shipping, bro. Like, what? I saw a dude, he built a full Amazon FBA store with AI agents. Just AI agents, bro. So it's like, every single business model that you want to learn, you're gonna need to know AI. I don't even fucking like AI, bro. I mean, it's fucking annoying. But guess what? There's money in it. Guess what I want? Money, right? So it's like, guess what? There's skills in it. Guess what I want? Skills. Guess what? It's the fucking cutting edge. It's what's gonna be the future. Guess what I want to be in? The next big thing, right? So that's why I do AI. This shit's boring as fuck. You think I like making automations on N8N and fucking go high level all day? Fuck no. You think I like prompting 11 Labs voice agents like a fucking nerd? Fuck no. But I need to have those skills because I know it'll pay me dividends in the future. So there's also, bro, another thing about the AI niche is if you're a cool motherfucker, you can make so much money in this niche, bro, because every single person in this niche is a nerd, bro. They're a bitch. They can't connect with business owners. They can't sell. They got no confidence. Look, if you want to make fucking money, bro, get an AI, because there's all these developers, bro, and they're nerdy as fuck. They can't make bread. So if you want to dominate in a niche, AI is the niche to dominate in, bro. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that. Like, literally, you have to find gaps in markets, right? That's how you make money. And the gap in the AI market right now is the people who know how to make the AI can't sell it, right? And the people who can sell it, they can make it too now. It's gotten easy, bro. It's gotten easy to make this shit. You know, there's thousands of YouTube tutorials out there. There's so much shit to learn. So I promise you, you can make it happen. And I promise you that there's a gap in this industry. And I promise you it's the best possible thing that you can learn. And in general, bro, this earth, bro, the whole world right now, especially the US, everything is pretty fucked, you know? Like, again, you're not gonna be able to buy a house probably with the normal job. You know, they're getting all bought up. So you know, if you want to be a slave to the system and a slave to society, be my guest, right? But if you want to actually make your own bread and you want to actually, you know, build generational wealth for your family in the future, and you want to, when you're on your deathbed, bro, my biggest fear is when I get to heaven and God is reading out my stats and he's like, yo, and this is like what David Goggins said, he's like, he's reading out your stats, bro, and he's like, okay, he's like, Eddie, you know, 190 pounds, 315 bench, jiu-jitsu black belt, 100K a month, you know what I mean? 25 investment properties, apartment complex owner. Like one day I want to be able to stamp my family's name on an apartment complex that'll pay dividends for generations, right? It's like, my biggest fear is getting to heaven. God's reading out everything about me, right? And I didn't do anything. I'm not that person, right? Say I was fat, lazy, I was a fucking accountant, I worked a boring ass job, I didn't make anything happen. You know, that's my biggest fear. So I work every day to make sure that shit doesn't happen. And you know, if you don't want to work and you don't want to be different, you know, it takes doing different shit to be different, obviously, right? That's the biggest misconception. Everybody walks around thinking that they're fucking different, bro, and they don't do anything to prove that to themselves. Like, that's my biggest pet peeve. How are you telling your bitch you're gonna be different and you don't do different shit? You're like, oh baby, don't worry, you know, I'm different, I'm gonna figure it out. How? You haven't figured it out yet. You know, I'm gonna figure it out. And I told you, ambition without action creates an anxiety that you've never fucking felt before. And when you know you have potential and you're telling everybody around you, I'm gonna do this and that, and then you don't do it, bro, that shit sucks, bro. That shit eats away at you because you know you're fucking capable of it. You know that you can do it, but you choose not to. Anyways, AI is the future. You gotta be on the cutting edge. Moral of the story, if you're trying to be a normal motherfucker in this society, you're cooked, right? You're cooked. If you want to drive a nice car, you know, you want to conquer all the pillars of masculinity, and you just want to do something different with your life, bro, you have to be on the cutting edge. You have to be learning new skills. You probably have to be making money online or doing some business model that's, you know, not everyone else is doing, bro. The thing about AI is like, why would you put in so much work to something that's so saturated, like, you know, SMMA or dropshipping, Amazon FBA, when you can put so much work into something that's unsaturated and is guaranteed going to be the future, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I don't even like AI either, bro, but there's good money in it, trust me. So if you're trying to be regular, be my guest, but don't be mad when you die one day and you get to heaven or you get to hell, whatever, and you realize that you didn't do anything with your life, bro. Because I promise you, the bill of regret, that shit's bad, bro. That shit's a lot worse than, you know, what I go through every day working on myself. I promise you that. Anyways, I just want to get on here and talk a little bit about my story and, you know, the mindset that it took to take me from making 2-3K a month to making 30K a month. And it's an unbreakable one, bro, but you can adopt it too. Any man in the world can adopt this mindset. It's what it takes to be successful in this life. It's not going to be easy, bro. And the reality is it's going to be hard as fuck. And I kind of find comfort in that, bro. Everyone always tells you that it's supposed to be easy. Guess what, bro? It's fucking not supposed to be easy, bro. It's supposed to be hard as fuck. Every day is supposed to be hard as fuck. And, you know, everyone talks about dopamine. Guess what releases a shit ton of dopamine into your brain, bro? That nobody talks about. Pain, right? Struggling. That shit is gonna release fucking dopamine too, bro. So everyone talks about getting dopamine from getting drunk, partying, cracking hoes, right? The most dopamine that I've ever gotten in my life was telling myself that I was gonna do some shit, telling my family I was gonna make 30K in a month in the summer, and they looked at me like I was crazy, right? I told them by the end of the summer I'd have enough money for my dream car and an investment property. And guess what, bro? I fucking do. So they said we'll see, and you know, I don't know what we'll see, but it's here, right? And you know, they're supportive as fuck too, but they just, you know, people aren't gonna get it, right? Moral of the story is, bro, the most dopamine that you can ever get is by having a vision, bro, and turning it into reality, actually building something. You know, that's what we were put on earth to do, is actually build something. So if you want to make shit happen in this life, it's gonna take every single day is gonna be fucking hard. You're gonna be isolated. You're not gonna be looked at as normal. You're not gonna get any bitches, okay? 0 probably, right? Maybe you got fucking crazy lucky, some bitches down for it, right? But most girls want a finished product, right? So you're not gonna get any bitches probably. You're probably gonna have no friends. You're gonna, lose out on all your day one friends. Every day is gonna suck. There's probably gonna be a lot of late nights, a lot of early mornings, a lot of times when you want to give up. But let me tell you something, bro. Every day that you wake up early, just know that my bed was fucking warm too, bro, and I woke up as well. So, you think all these other men who wake up early, you think that their bed isn't warm? You think that they don't want to stay in bed? You think all these other men that, make $100K a month, you think that they thought, you think they woke up with it all figured out one day? Fuck no, bro. We all go through the same shit every single day. And I promise you, when I wake up, it's cold as fuck outside. I don't want to go outside. I went to jiu-jitsu at fucking 5:30 a.m. the other day. I don't want to fucking wake up. I didn't want to go train at 5:30 a.m. But after it, I felt like a fucking G, right? Because I'm like, all right, this morning I already rolled with some fucking 25-year-old. He's twice my size and fucking tapped him. I can take on today. I can make my fucking content today. I can do my outreach today, right? Because it's all about building that unbreakable mindset. And I just, if there's one thing you take away from this, bro, it's that I go through all the same shit that you go through, bro. I've struggled with probably all the same shit that you struggled with. Every fucking guy in the country is probably addicted to fucking porn. Every guy in the country is addicted to their fucking phone, addicted to scrolling. I struggle with it too, bro. Trust me, I've been there. But I made it out, bro. I fucking was in college. Everything was saying I shouldn't succeed, bro. Like, every person around me was telling me to go fucking live my life, to go do something different. And I made it happen, bro. I beat every struggle I had, Biggest struggle for me is fucking waking up early, bro. I hate that shit. I hate it. So I do it, right? Because there's a section of your brain, Huberman talks about this in the podcast. There's a section of your brain that grows only when you do hard shit. We can call it the willpower section. I forget what it's called, right? Some sciencey term. Now, you might think that you do hard shit, but is it really that hard for you? Because I know for me, going to the gym isn't hard for me anymore. Going to MMA isn't hard for me anymore. That shit's fun. You know what's hard for me, bro? Waking up fucking early. I hate that shit. What's hard for me? Fucking doing school, bro. I hate school, right? You know how hard it is to fucking sit in a classroom when you make more than the damn fucking teacher times 3? Like, when you're sitting in the classroom, bro, and you're coming off, fresh 30K months, and then you're sitting in there, bro. I hate that shit. But I still do it because it's fucking hard. And I hate it. So that's good for me. It's like, that's the thing, bro. Everyone's like, oh, drop out. No, do some hard shit, bro. You really don't want to do that shit? Maybe you should fucking do it then. Because my goal isn't to make as much money as possible, bro. My goal is to have the most unbreakable fucking mindset on the planet. And you know what? Doing some shit that I don't want to do, that's probably fucking pretty good for me. So, anyways, moral of the story, if you want to take yourself from 3K a month to 30K a month, you gotta, 1, be in a good industry, be in a good niche. Okay, you obviously gotta work smart, right? You gotta be in the next big thing. But 2, bro, the secret sauce is that consistent, unbreakable mindset. And finding your part, or your place on the productivity spectrum. I'm a big systems, Notion guy. I build out my habit tracker, task tracker, all that shit. And I'm telling you, and then there's also the, the like fucking Zen, like, Red Bull productivity side, bro. You have to find your space in the middle. I found my space. I have my few Notion systems that work, but then I also make sure that I'm not too OCD about stuff, that I actually get shit done. And once you find that balance for yourself, bro, you find where you fall on the productivity spectrum, you'll be unstoppable, bro. I promise you, you'll be unstoppable. But anyways, that's it for today. I hope you guys know that I go through the same shit as you guys. If I can do it, bro, fucking, I promise you, you can do it. All right. Peace out, boys.